SmackDown fans. I'm Michael Cole, here with JBL, ringside in San Diego.
Boy, SmackDown is hot in the 619 area code. This sellout crowd can't wait for the show to start, and neither can I.
No kidding, partner. San Diego couldn't be more excited for SmackDown action, and we couldn't be more excited to be here.
Batista's had a lot of success so far, but that's because most of his opponents let him psych them out.
If you're not intimidated at the sight of a heavily muscled 6.5-foot animal like Batista, you better have your head examined. Mr. McMahon's not the most technically gifted superstar we've ever seen, but he does possess a number of unique advantages.
Yeah, like the ability to fire anyone who crosses him. Nice quick counter there.
He was one step ahead on that one.
Rey Mysterio never fails to impress me. Every time he enters the ring, he finds another way to defy the laws of physics.
Speaking of the law of physics, I think Rey's gotten to a point where his competition is just too big and too strong for him to beat.
I think Mysterio can be competitive at any level against any opponent. If anyone would know that, it's you.
I certainly don't envy the referee in this match.
No kidding. No matter what call you make, you're going to get on the bad side of at least one superstar.
And that's about the last place you want to be if you're not a superstar yourself. Trust me, I know. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, and injured superstars like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
That's absolutely right. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your...
I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it, but as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
And that's what matters. If you're not doing everything you can to win, you're in the wrong business. I don't know. He's putting a lot on the line going up there. Watch it. He reversed it. Looks like a tag to me. Man, what a match. Kids, if you're watching this, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained WWE superstars, and even they wind up seriously injured sometimes.
That's for sure. Even me, a former WWE champion, has had his share of injuries over the years. This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious.
This superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah, well, one mistake, and we're going to see that fire put out pronto. There's the reversal.
You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
He's impressive, no question. But it's not like he's the biggest or the baddest guy to set foot in a WWE ring.
Well, you got to be pretty big and pretty bad to wear championship gold, and that's what Batista's done time after time.
Hey, anybody can have a few good nights. I think Batista's overrated, and I think we're going to see that here tonight.
If I was a gambling man, I'd take that bet. I don't mind admitting that
He's got his opponent on the ropes. There he goes.
Drop the dime, 619. Even if you wind up winning a match like, here's the pin, this could be it. There's the tag. Talk about superstars who don't have an ounce of quit between them. You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Hey, you got to be in there every single match and be willing to do whatever it takes. You'd know that if you actually ever step between those ropes.
I don't have to have been in a match to realize that jeopardizing my future for the sake of one match is incredibly short-sighted.
You know, I'm going to replace you with somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. Maybe Carlito. He might be a little tough to understand sometimes, but at least he knows what it's like to wrestle a match.
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
You know, if you let me train you, you could be cruiserweight champ inside a year.
Oh no, I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Are you surprised? They're just training people to go to war. I train them to be WWE superstars.
Well, thanks but no thanks.
Wow, did you see that? He's been busted wide open.
After that last shot, I'm not surprised. I hope the referee doesn't let this go on too much longer.
What are you, nuts? The match is getting good now.
Night after night, the WWE superstars never fail to amaze the fans.
And that's a good thing. I don't even like to think about where we'd be if they didn't.
Looks like he's taking his opponent for a ride.
What a huge Batista bomb. That's not a ride you want to take twice. There's the cover.
1, 2.
Mr. McMahon's had his share of critics over the years, but as far as I'm concerned, they're all just a bunch of jealous losers.
There's a lot to be jealous of. He's the billionaire chairman of the most powerful sports entertainment company in history.
And how many billionaires do you see getting in the ring and putting their bodies on the line like this?
It's a short list, that's for sure. Rey Mysterio is so fast, so agile, and so talented, and he's proven that he's championship material.
Sure, he was a champ for what, a couple of weeks? Of course, it wasn't anything compared to my legendary reign.
It was longer than that. And if I recall correctly, he successfully defended the championship against you.
Yeah, a fluke victory against an injured opponent. That's how this little jumping bean has to win his matches.
This capacity crowd is certainly getting its money's worth here tonight.
And it's a good thing, too. If they're not buying tickets, we're not getting paychecks.
What?
He's got these fans on their feet. They know what's coming.
There it is, a huge 619. I hope this isn't the... And there's the pin!
1, 2, 3.
I think these superstars are going to keep it up.